Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 Episode 1. Yes! The last two episodes, the last couple of episodes, I decided to watch them together because obviously they were part of the season finale. I think it was considered I think for myself is probably a three-part episode because yes, obviously in the moment they reach the North Pole, everything of the finale was obviously starting to be developed. But anyway, I didn't know this beforehand. If not, probably I could watch the three together. But anyway, as I was saying before, a great season finale, a lot of action, and the resolution they gave to some of the problems and some of the aspects of the show were pretty satisfactory. And obviously, they leave something else for the next season. They leave the next step that the Avatar has to take and the new enemies he will have to face. And my guess, this girl, the sister of Prince Zuko, is going to be a lot more difficult than what Zuko was and that Admiral Yao was. So yes, this is very exciting, and honestly, I cannot wait anymore. The only thing, obviously, the boring part, I'm sorry guys, but if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and obviously turn on notification. Leave a comment to let me know what you think about the episode and what you think about the reaction. And obviously, if you enjoy the video in the end, please give me a like. Anyway, yes, enough about this, let's just get started, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the first episode of the second season of the second book, the Earth one. And obviously, Aang now is going to try to learn the earth bending from Bumi, apparently. I don't know, perhaps this is a weird case for me because this episode was a lot more than I expected. I expected a more calm beginning of the second season. I expected to be more subdued. But this is actually very heavy when you start to analyze everything. Yes, the first scene is obviously Aang watching himself in the Avatar state. And now I finally got a name for that. Because yes, we have seen this several times before. We saw it in order for three different elements. We saw it, the first one obviously being air, when he was in the air temple, coping with the dead, not Pacific dead of his previous master, and honestly kind of friend for him. Then in the, I don't know if it was a temple or something along those lines, but the fire temple for the Avatar Roku, and that's when we got the fire state or the fire power. And then the water one very recently in the last episode of the series, of the last season obviously, when he kind of combined himself with the spirit of the ocean and destroy or attack the fleet of Fire Nation ships. So yes, we have seen air, fire and water bending in the Avatar state, and yes, it's absolutely intimidating. I don't know, perhaps this is considered the Avatar state for the earth bending, because yes, he really destroyed this I was going to say village, but no, it's actually when he destroyed this earth kingdom base. So yes, it's probably we have seen now the four elements of the Avatar in the Avatar state. But unfortunately, the way this was bringing up is not because an enemy really needed to be defeated or because somebody was attacking and he was trying to protect the a nation or somebody. No, because I was going to say ambition, but I think it's mostly desperation of this general, of this Earth general. I think it's General Fong. because he was desperate. He wanted to finish the fight, and thanks to the Avatar state, obviously that was his ticket to finish the fight, to finish the war by attacking the Fire Lord. So yes, obviously there are a lot of things that are wrong in this case, because the Avatar state, as we learned in this episode, or at least I learned, because yeah, this is the first time I'm watching it, is a defensive mechanism. Because yes, when the Avatar is in danger, obviously you want to protect yourself, and I guess this is what we saw. Actually, yeah, I just remember that what we saw in the first episode, when Aang was trapped himself in the ice, so he will protect his body. Obviously, this was the Avatar state in which the energy of previous Avatar is trying to protect the new Avatar. Again, it's a fascinating topic, but the way that General Fong tried to do it is the wrong way. He wanted to use it as a weapon, which is something that should not be used according to Avatar Roku, because if you are killed in this state, the Avatar cycle is going to be over. No more Avatar. And obviously it's just used in case of emergency, because you are going to have so much power, or at least the Avatar is going to have so much power that you're going to be invincible for a short amount of time. The problem here, and this is something I've been thinking about, is that yes, you might provoke the Avatar state. You're going to be defeated by that, but if you gather a lot of masters, I don't think you're going to be completely invulnerable. So yeah, perhaps if you use this against the Fire Lord, and I'm just talking about the hypothetical case that we see here, that they are really going with the plan and going after the Fire Lord in this episode. Perhaps with a lot of firebenders, a lot of fire masters, they are going to be able to really kill the Avatar in this moment. And that's going to be it. The Fire Nation will no longer have any enemies or any way for them to be defeated. And that's it. So that's the danger here. But obviously there are other aspects that we must follow with this one. The implications that the one who provoked the Avatar state is the enemy. In this case, the General Fong is the one that is the enemy of the Avatar, because he is attacking his friends. He's attacking somebody that he loves. I don't know, well, perhaps romantically in this case, or platonically in this case. Perhaps if Sokka was still in that danger, it will be react in a very similar way. Anyway, as I was saying, you are the enemy in this case. General Fong is the enemy in this case. And you cannot provoke something like this. The Avatar must be in control for him to be really useful, to bring balance to the world. Because again, I think the show is about that. It's about balance. It's not destroying the Fire Nation in its entirety, but actually bring balance by defeating the one who is unbalancing the world. In this case, the Fire Lord. And the problem is, since he's unconscious, because again, I don't think Aang is really doing all that he's doing in the Avatar state. Since he's unconscious, he's going to destroy everything without a care in the world, without trying to bring the balance to the world. So yeah, that is the danger. And the general is so blinded by desperation. Again, I think his desperation is not his ego. I think his desperation in this case, that he doesn't care anymore. So yeah, that is a very dangerous thing to do. Yeah, I think the Avatar state in the case of this episode is a way for the show to teaching us what exactly is the Avatar state. Sorry about that, my camera moved. As I was saying, I think the case in this episode is for the show to teach us what actually the Avatar state is, because yes, we have seen it before, but now we have a lot more of information about it. And obviously, in a great way, showing us once more the danger that is not coming only from the Fire Nation, but from our own allies, in this case, the Earth Kingdom, and more specifically, General Fung. Because the way the show has been showing us, especially Boomy, which is obviously the one we are after, Boomy, I don't think he will have approve of this, because this is something that is not, it's not logical, and is very dangerous for both sides, the Fire Nation and obviously the Earth Kingdom, and my guess the rest of the other the tribes of the water tribes and the air nomads. So yes, this is just an idea of this general, and after the soldiers saw the full danger that they are in the Avatar state, or going against the Avatar state, or being close to the Avatar state, obviously they changed their mind and they say, okay, yeah, we don't want to take part of this, and they follow the path that they should be following. That is obviously only half of the episode. The other half is speaking about Azula. Yes, I wrote her name because I think she's going to be very important in the future for several reasons. Azula show up, and she is very cunning, a well actress too, because yes, she wants to take prisoners. In this case, Prince Zuko and Uncle Iroh. But she wants them alive, I guess. I don't know if she wants them alive or she wants to torture them. I don't know exactly the plan here. Perhaps if they are prisoners, it's going to be a lot more satisfying for her because she can gloat, and more satisfying for Ozai because perhaps he's a sadistic bastard. I don't know what is the purpose of this, but this gave us a lot of characteristics of Azula, of Princess Azula. She's ruthless, just like her father. She's cunning. I don't know if the father is cunning, honestly. And she's powerful. She's very powerful and a good actress. Something else that I forgot to mention. Because yes, she lure Prince Zuko into this false sense of security that yes, you are going to be reunited with the family, you're going to be reunited with father, and in the end only a captain that just speak out of order, but not out of order, spoke too much, and that's when the plan was ruined. But again, this is an interesting portion of the episode because we got to see somebody else. We got to see our new antagonist and put a lot more characteristic on this new antagonist. Because so far from her, we only knew from previous episode that she's talented with firebending, but that's it. But we learn a lot more, and we learn more about her own personality traits because we know, thanks to this episode, know that she's a perfectionist. Especially when the movements that she is doing, because yeah, just one hair out of order, and that's when she got mad. I don't know if with herself or with the teacher. I guess with herself, because yeah, she's a perfectionist, as I said before, and she wants to be everything perfect around her. But she also has a very explosive personality. She has angry issues, honestly, especially with the scene between Prince Zuko and the uncle, because she doesn't like to be interrupted, and she reacts very poorly to that interruption, even by somebody else who is family too. That I think that especially makes it very intriguing to see. But yes, we got a lot more. And speaking about her, and speaking about power more specifically, we have seen the uncle kind of controlling thunder. He can redirect thunder, but not thunder. Why am I saying thunder? Lightning. He can control lightning and can redirect lightning to some place, to something different. But she's something else. She can produce lightning. My guess, this is part of the firebending, a very advanced firebending. because she was able to create even lightning for the moments that she did, because yeah, the sky was clear, there was not a storm going on, and she could produce this lightning, especially for, obviously in a moment I thought it was blue fire, but no, this is lightning for the sound, for everything. So yes, that speaks volumes of the power and the talent that Azula has. Yes, and not only that moment in which she was practicing, but in the moment she was fighting Prince Zuko. Well, I don't think it's correct to call him Prince anymore, but I'm going to speak about that in the end. She was not using her fire bending. The only one who was using that is Zuko. He was attacking with fire very relentlessly, attacking and attacking and attacking, and she was avoiding and making it look very easy. So yes, she has the talent and she has the power to really show it off. Because even Uncle Iroh, he just redirect the energy that this girl produced to someplace else. And she was surprised, and that's why they defeated her momentarily. So yes, that's a lot of power because they just ran away. Yeah, and then the next scene after that with Uncle Iroh and with Zuko, they cut their hair, very specifically the hair bond that they have. That is, I think that is something very representative of the Fire Nation, because a lot of the members of the Fire Nation that I have seen has that have that bond, that little hair bond in the top of their heads, and they cut it. So I guess this is very important. And again, this is just my guess of what does it mean. It means that they have abandoned the Fire Nation. They are no longer want to return to the Fire Nation. They lose the hope of ever returning to the Fire Nation in a normal circumstance. They now are full-on fugitives of the Fire Nation. That means, and that is again my interpretation, is that Zuko will no longer pursue the Avatar. Now the only one who is going to pursue him is going to be Azula, or perhaps Azula is just going to commit herself to trying to capture her brother. I don't know about the antagonists in here. I don't know if this means that that Aang is going to have a lot more freedom to learn the earthbending. I have no clue about that. But yeah, this is a very heavy episode because once again, this is a new moment of maturity in Zuko, because he was so trusty of his sister that he was just willing, oh yes, I'm going home. Obviously, Uncle Iroh was suspicious all along. And yes, we were suspicious because we knew the true intentions. We have more information than them. But it's understandable. Again, Zuko is very young. We know that. I don't think he's more older than 17 years. So he's still kind of the mentality, the kind of innocence between innocence and maturity. And I think this is the point in which he learned that his family, other than Uncle Iroh, is not to be trusted. They are too ruthless, all of them. And Uncle Iroh knew from the beginning. That's why he followed, because he wanted to protect Zuko. He wanted to protect him. Again, it's easy for us to see that because we got a lot more information. But within the context of the episode, within the context of the characters, they don't know for certain. So yeah, this is a very, very interesting episode. And my god, I almost speak for 20 minutes about this one. But this is honestly gave me a lot of information and a lot of deep appreciation of characters. Because my guess, this is a step further for them to become a full-on enemy of the Fire Nation. And I mean Uncle Iroh and Zuko. Because I don't think they still are going to be buddies with Aang and group. But this is perhaps another enemy for the Fire Nation. That this is something that we speak about in previous episodes. That yes, the Fire Lord is earning a lot of enemies here. A lot of enemies. And some very powerful ones. But anyway, I think I exhausted the topic of this episode. A very fascinating one, as I said before. And yes, I genuinely have nothing else to say. I exhausted what I have to say. My notes are over. But yes, I hope you enjoy it. And yes, the boring part, guys. If you enjoy the content of the channel, consider the subscription and turn on notification. Please leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction / commentary and about the episode. With obviously spoilers, guys, please. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and share it if you can. But anyway, yes, the only thing I have to say is thank you for your attention and see you on the next one. Bye!
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.